Good morning, guys. How are you? Listen, I'm really glad to have you guys here. The first thing we want to talk about, well, first we're going to say the date. The date is Friday, April 13th, 2018. Welcome to the show. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is Bitcoin. So we're going to start the charts right here. And what I'm going to show you is a price move upwards. Bitcoin has been charging upwards. We're at 82.39. 81.66 right now, the price of Bitstamp, 81.66. So we're up well over $8,000. And remember, we were down at 6,000 or whatever. Here it shows at 65.10. These lows in here, and 66 and 6,800, around 6,800. It was going along around 6,800 for a long time. Now, back in March, when it was 6,800 bucks, right here, I predicted that the price was going to surge, and I predicted it was going to surge as high, possibly as $10,000. I also predicted exactly when the price is going to really fall after that surge, and we're going to go to that clip right here, okay?
This fall in the cryptocurrencies all the way back down, you know? Now, I'm not drawing that accurately, but this is 20,000 up here. Let me get a black color and we'll draw 20,000. So way up here at the top for Bitcoin, $20,000 way up here at the top. Okay, and now we've seen this fall down here, and now we're down at this price for Bitcoin of what is it, 6,500 or 6,800 or whatever. Let's put 6,800, which is a massive drop in price. So Bitcoin is seeing a rise up in price and a massive drop. Let's go back to yellow so we can continue to draw this line. What I think that Bitcoin has done is, in the near term, down here where it is now at 6,800, I think it's pretty much made a short-term bottom, and I think that it could actually kind of try to climb a little bit, just for a very short period of time. You see on the end here, I've put this little titter upwards. Might start to climb. It's because it's fell so far from $20,000 all the way down to 6,800 roughly, and so it might actually try to rise up just a little bit again and have a little bounce because it's fell so far. But when this stock market drops below 20,000, this is what I call this red line down here. Now see, this is what I anticipate the stock market to do. This is going to create a fear trade. And when that happens, Bitcoin the fear is going to enter the market. And at that point, even though right now 6,800 compared to what it was at 20,000, 6,800 seems to be a massively low price. And this is why I expect it could bounce back a little bit, maybe up into 8,000, 9,000, maybe even $10,000. So we're going to put this line bouncing back up a little bit, heading back up just a little bit, because it's making, I think, a short-term bottom.
Okay, welcome back from that clip. We start the charts here. Now we're going to move on with other stuff we want to talk about. The first thing we want to talk about is cryptocurrency market capitalizations. Move the charts around a little bit. What we're looking at is it's back up over $300 billion. Bitcoin dominance is at 42%. As time passes, I'm expecting the Bitcoin dominance to drop down to about 30% and even into the 20s. But it's going to take time for that to happen. That's future. That's future. Okay. Okay. So now we're looking at a massive move in Ripple. Ripple's really went up. A Bitcoin Cash, big time. It's went up a lot. All of them have went up a lot, including Litecoin. But Litecoin's back up to 132. We see some really big moves here. IOTA, I said that. It's a great coin. Up 20%. 20%. Can you imagine? Where else could you make 20% on your money, on your investment that fast? Can you do it in the stock market? Can you do it in any other market? Except cryptocurrency. You know, if you know this market, you can do all right. Really, seriously, you can do all right. You can do all right just HODL in this stuff. I'm going to tell you why. Is because we are going to go through a period where cryptocurrencies are going to fall. But ultimately, in the long term, if you look way out, cryptocurrencies is going to suck up all of the value of everything in the world, including all the fiat currencies, because the fiat currencies are going to die. A cryptocurrency is slowly going to become established. See, it's like the light bulb. The light bulb took years, like 30 years, for it to finally win out over the gas lamps because it was better. And right now, they're still using these old 4-digit system of PIN numbers for these old credit cards and stuff. And it's like the old gas lamps compared to cryptocurrency. And for these people out there say, oh, cryptocurrency is going to be phased out because of quantum computing. They say because quantum computing is going to break the code or whatever. I say baloney. And the reason why is because if you want to break a code, what the old credit card system is much more vulnerable to quantum computing. Only a 4-digit PIN number? Come on. Cryptocurrency is much more secure with its big long numbers. You know, it's much harder for quantum computing to break that. And so, what do we got that's better than cryptocurrency? If that's the case, cryptocurrency is as good as it gets, at least right now, unless they can invent something new and better. But I don't think so. I think cryptocurrency is light years ahead of fiat currency, and it's going to win eventually. But right now, you know what it is? It's a speculative market, a speculative marketplace. Everybody's HODLing, and that means that we're in for a fall before it becomes utilized. Cryptocurrency becomes utilized. It's a few years out yet before it becomes utilized as actually a currency where you can spend it everywhere. Like when you can go into Walmart with it, and they'll take not just Bitcoin, but they'll take all of the coins, you know, and they can instantaneously convert them into like it doesn't matter what coin you got, they'll know the price because the computer will do the math. When that day comes, then we're going to start to see everyone want the cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency value to take on the value of everything on Earth. That's what's going to happen eventually. So anyway, let's move on. Enough talk about that. Let's talk about the silver price. Silver price is shooting up as we speak right now this morning. She's on the way up. Let's hope that she continues. $16.59. She's up 17 cents on the day so far. Go silver, go. Ultimately, silver's going to be a big winner, you know. And there's so little downside risk to it. It's wonderful, wonderful stuff. But always buy the physical. Always keep it in your possession. Do not put it in a safety deposit box so the bank can steal it on you. Do not keep it with a vaulting company because they eventually will steal it on you. It'll end up belonging to one of these big shots who will buy your silver from the vaulting company, and they'll deliver it to him where they won't deliver it to you, and they'll take it from you. Because this is just the way things work. These vaulting companies are owned by the banks, and all these big shots are all in together, you know. They're all working together to rob you blind. Anyway, Dow Jones Industrial Average this morning. She's up 78 points right now. She's going to continue to show a little bit of strength, the Dow Jones is, until the bond market decides that she's going to go down. And the bond market's going to decide that once it gets up to 3.25% on the U.S. 10-year. So what is the U.S. 10-year right now as we speak? Okay, it's 2.84 and it's rising. It's finally started to rise again. I don't know what they were doing, what crookedness, using the Exchange Stabilization Fund or God knows what, the buying the bonds secretly from some other foreign country or something that we don't know about. They were doing something. But now it's starting to creep back on them again because they cannot do quantitative tightening without bond yields rising. And when that bond yield goes over 3.25%, that's the market crash time. And I'm saying that that's coming this year. It's coming this year, boys. And they're not going to, unless they reverse and say, okay, we're reversing gears. We're not going to do quantitative tightening anymore, which is not what they're going to do. They're going to continue with their quantitative tightening. That bond yield is going to go over 3.25%. And when it goes over 3, it's at 2.84 right now and climbing. When it goes over 3.25%, which is probably within the next 6 months, probably, that's when we're going to see the stock market take a big tumble. And when that happens, that's when Bitcoin is going to take a tumble with the stock market. When the stock market drops below 20,000, remember that, 20,000. Look here. Right now, 24,561. That means it's going to have to drop almost 5,000 points on the stock market. And that's when the fear is going to enter into the cryptocurrency market. And I'm expecting that cryptocurrency, when that time comes, could be as high as 10,000 bucks. This is what I've been predicting. And so you can do all right with cryptocurrency on this bounce, before the fall. But now listen, you're really going to do good. You're really going to do good if you buy it at the bottom after it falls. Because then we're in for the biggest later. This is like upcoming years from now, though. You're looking years out. We're in for the biggest bull market in cryptocurrency you ever seen of any bull market in the history of the world. This is not over with cryptocurrency. This is just beginning. The money to be made with cryptocurrency is going to be phenomenal, and you can be in the driver's seat. I'm going to tell you how big of money it's going to be. It's going to be such big of money if you were to buy at the bottom of cryptocurrency and ride this puppy up to the top, just your money that you spend on lottery tickets. If you just took the money you spend on lottery tickets and put it into cryptocurrency, you would win the lotto. And it's a sure thing. Whereas them lottery tickets you buy every week, you're never going to win. Never, ever, ever. Your chances of winning that, you're more likely to get hit by lightning. And so, but you will win with cryptocurrency if you invest that in cryptocurrency. You will win. It's a sure thing over the next, I don't know. It's going to take a few years. It's going to take a few years. It's a long-term thing, the crypto. The crypto might take as long as 10 years to be really adopted to the point where you become the big winner. Right now, it's just a speculative market, and speculative markets can fall right down to almost zero. But eventually, it's going to be adopted because it's better. So, I really talked a lot about cryptos this morning, but this is big. This is big. Let's take a look at oil. Oil is 67.23. She's been on a charge upwards. We're looking at, what are we looking at? Are we looking at the 5-day? I clicked the 5-day. I think this is the 5-day. Anyway, she's been charging upwards. It's creeping up. It's getting up over, it's going to get up near $70. And I said what's going to happen if it passes $70. I've been saying this for the last couple months to you guys. Passes $70, look out. Production will increase. And that'll help taper off so that she won't go too much higher in the short term. Now, long term, looking out maybe 2 or 3 years from now, oil prices are going to go way up, way up. So you're going to be paying more. Don't buy that Chevy Suburban. Don't buy that Hummer or whatever, Just make sure you got a little 4-cylinder gas car that's going to be easy on gas, because you're going to be thankful that you didn't buy the big gas guzzler. About 2 years out from now. Okay, now we are going to cover the U.S. dollar index. 89.79, okay, this morning. It's up and it's down. So, what can I say? It's basically following a straight line, though, because it's down and it's up. It's still on that same line of 89.79 is about where it's been for the last quite a long time. Let's see if we go out on the chart to 6 months and take a look. Well, it started doing this around... when did it start following? It took a drop it was up around 94. It took a drop down and around the first of this year in January, and it's been following the same around 90 since January until now. Okay, when the big crash in the stock market comes, I expect this to shoot up. probably back up to 94, 95, maybe even 100 on the U.S. dollar index. When the big stock market crash comes, it's going to support the dollar. It is. But, okay, when that time ends, though, when the Fed comes in, reverses monetary policy, then you're going to see this fall and fall. It's going to fall down below this 89. It's going to fall down into the 70s. And when it falls below 70 on the U.S. dollar index, then the dollar's going to crash. 70 is the mark. When it falls below 70 on the U.S. dollar index, that's when the dollar's really going to crash, and that's when we're going to start heading into our hyperinflation. Okay? So, listen, this has been your Market Watch for today. Thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate my subscribers, and you guys are the best, and we'll see you guys on the next market update on Monday, probably, if it's not a holiday. They make every blasted Monday a holiday, but if it's not a holiday, Monday, and if it is a holiday, Tuesday, you'll see me on Tuesday. So we'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye for now.